MAF pilots fly planes into some of the most difficult airstrips and the most isolated areas of the world. To get there, the missionary pilots go through rigorous and comprehensive training, even before they come through MAF doors. They've been to flight school. They're pilots. They're also mechanics. They've studied, tested, lived, and breathed aviation for years. It is extensive. So, as the marketing intern at MAF's USA headquarters, I headed across the street to their training program to learn how to fly like an MAF pilot. Their chief instructor pilot, Brian Shepson, would be my guide.
Brian, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, great to have you coming in.
Perfect.
Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, that sounds good.
Oh, perfect. And your seat swivels there just a little bit so it lines up, and then there's a bar between your legs that will slide it forward and adjust up and down for you.
No worries.
Okay.
I see why there's some height restrictions on pilots, just because
Yes.
planes are a little bit more cramped than
Yes,
cars.
they are.
I quickly found out there was a lot to learn.
The yoke, call this glide, the grass mixture of the tank, base leg, nose up trim, run the wheel down, back with their back pressure to feel a detent.
Yeah.
The airspeed indicator, vertical speed, the magnetos, the gyro, altimeter, tachometer, and we won't have to worry about that today. Okay.
Wow.
Check that, take it out of pause, and fly. Good.
I had to learn how to accelerate,
Push on the toes of the pedals at the same time.
and I had to learn how to brake,
On the tops there.
There was.
Just keep going over here.
and I had to learn how to turn.
Keep turning hard. You might want to just take a little bit of brake with the toe.
And
just
brake.
lift in here. This will give you another straight stretch.
And turn,
I'm good with that.
and it all proved to be a challenge.
I can brake, it's just not on the runway.
Keep it turning here and line up on those white lines.
But I got there.
Get it back evened out.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, sort of. Then we had our pre-flight checklist.
We're going to just run through the checklist here and get
Okay.
things ready to go. So
Okay.
check that our gas is good. We can flip that switch up.
Okay.
Get our controls.
Flip that up.
Flip that up. Cool. Yeah. Instruments are set. Flip that one up. Make sure our mixture is in. Flip that up,
Okay.
and it looks like we're ready to go. And we'll just gradually add that power. Push it all the way in now. There you go. Just a little more. And when we get up about 60, then you can pull back. Right there. Just pull back a little more. And there it goes. It'll start
Oh,
flying.
cool.
Luckily, our planes can take off from the grass.
Good.
Sweet.
I was flying. Sort of. This whole time, even in the simulator environment, Brian was laser focused, keeping the plane on track, running through procedures, and teaching me the fundamentals of flight. For example, how a plane stalls.
When you get to a critical angle of attack, the wing kind of stops flying.
Yeah.
And the air can't stay connected to the wing. And that's going to
Okay.
happen somewhere down around the bottom of the green arc down here. Gradually pull the power back, and as you do, pull the nose up just a little bit to keep altitude from descending. That'll make our speed slow.
Okay.
The wing is getting steeper and steeper into
Yep.
the air. Okay.
Yep.
And keep pulling back. There, hear that horn?
Yeah.
That means we're about ready to stall. Now let's let it stall. Keep coming back. Keep pulling back. And the nose starts dropping.
Yeah.
The wing quit. And
Yeah.
the weight of the nose drops it. So let the nose drop now.
Okay.
And it returns to flying. That's it.
Wow.
Okay. So now it's flying again. You can go back to cruise.
Brian has flown all around the world, but even in this beginner level training with me, he's treating the time here with the respect that he's gained after so many flights, where his expertise has made the difference between getting a patient to the hospital, supplies to a village, a child to their parents.
Is this pretty accurate then to how it is in a
Yes.
real life? Cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It is. And there's a white bar now.
During this time in the simulator, what struck me was the nuance of flight. It's not about wide shifts, but slight corrections, deliberate directions, and following procedures the entire time.
There you go.
It was a humbling experience.
So how long did it feel like you were comfortable looking at everything, making sure that everything was straight, you're looking at your altitude, you're looking at everything? How long do you think that took until you were...
Oh, it takes hours
Yeah.
to get used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's usually 10 to 15 hours before you can go solo.
Wow.
Yeah. Good.
I know right now I'm just supposed to be looking at the monitors ahead of me. I'm no pilot, but I get it. I understand why missionaries go through it all. flying over jungles and mountains in minutes, what would normally take hours or days. So many lives have been impacted, and so many lives have even been saved. Flight is a marvel of God's design. Brian brought me back down, and I landed.
Okay. Now, let's come back on the power and pull up on the yoke just slightly, a little bit more, pull up just a little bit more right there. Oh, I pulled just a little too much. Okay, now pull up just a little bit right there. You get your feet on the toes, and push both toes at the same time. That's the brakes.
I landed, even on the runway. I'd say the whole time was a success. First simulator takeoff, first flight, and first landing. Felt good. My legs were ready to take a stretch.
I never, ever fail to marvel at God's laws and how they work. Can He change them? Sure. Absolutely. But He doesn't. He leaves them steady for us.
Thank the Lord that He
gives
doesn't.
us some rules to work with, and then we can harness those, and we can work within the boundaries He has set.
Yeah.
And it works great. It's a wonderful tool.
My experience showed me how much commitment, skill, and perseverance MAF pilots possess to follow their passions. That's why MAF is filled with so many dedicated missionaries all over the world, and it continuously blows my mind just how talented they truly are.